But there are better ways to moderate in order to give your audience a better experience. What's up, creatives? I'm Abigail, your go-to for design, business tips, and social media hacks. And in this video, we are going to talk about how to successfully host and moderate a Clubhouse room, especially if you're doing this for the first time and need a little guidance. As you may already know, Clubhouse is a powerful app to connect yourself with others. If you want to learn about how to use Clubhouse to grow your business, click on my last video where you'll find all the hacks on how to gain traction and followings into your business using Clubhouse. And since my last video, I've actually started co-hosting a new room with my new Clubhouse friend, Liv Yang Lee. Our room is called Asian Entrepreneurs Discovering Their True Identity. There we talk about all different kind of things. So it goes from the day that you leave your corporate job, how your parents react to you leaving the corporate world and going into a business or an online industry that they're not familiar with. We talk about how does your company and business kind of relate to K-dramas, all that fun stuff. So yeah, we talk about different stories all the time. This room is open to anyone who's interested, so feel free to join us. We host 2 times a week, every Tuesday and Friday, 9 p.m. EST, or if you're in Hong Kong or Asian countries, Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m. GMT. With that being said, I've picked up a thing or two on how to moderate a room or co-host a room. I also joined a fair share amount of rooms, so I know some kind of best practices that I'll be sharing with you today. When it comes to moderating, anyone can moderate, so there isn't really a rule book to follow. But there are better ways to moderate in order to give your audience a better experience. So let's get right into it. Before Liv and I start our Clubhouse room, especially the first time of collabing, we always get on the private chat room in Clubhouse 15 to 20 minutes before the actual room, just to align on the topics that we're going to talk about, the things we're going to discuss, and also kind of understand how we both operate. By doing this, you and your co-host will understand each other's expectations, and that's also to avoid any kind of clash in between. Liv and I have very different personalities, so we kind of play off each other's strengths and weaknesses. So for example, I'm very good at time management and kind of keep the room in control, while Liv is so good at hyping people up and avoiding any kind of awkward silences. Start the actual Clubhouse room 5 to 10 minutes before the actual scheduled time. This way you can start having people join the room before it officially starts. You can let the audience know to ping more people in, so you can tell them like, we're gonna start 5 minutes later, start pinging your friends in, start pinging your Clubhouse friends in, just so when you actually starts, there's a group of people in there that's ready to go. Unless you're a celebrity or hosting a room inside a club, it does take a bit of time for people to start joining in. So this is a reason why you should start 5 to 10 minutes early. Do you all know about the Clubhouse clap yet? It's good to tell your audience about the Clubhouse clap by muting and unmuting your mic, so that when people say something inspiring, it's good to just start clapping on Clubhouse instead of actually clapping. Oh, and also, what we like to do when there is a new Clubhouse user, and you usually know that because you see a party hat next to their icon, we love to welcome them, and we also give them claps as well. You want to make sure that everyone on stage have a chance to speak, so it's best to go in order from top to bottom and let the individual introduce themselves. If you want to have a time limit, do let your audience know. Just tell them we have about 30 seconds per person to introduce themselves, just so you won't cut people off halfway through their talking, especially if they're saying something emotional. If you want to make it a more casual space, feel free to just let your audience know that. Feel free to chime in, unmute your mic and speak when you want to. If you are the moderator, you set the tone for your space. Liv and I want to make our room a safe space for anyone to share their story. So it's a very cozy room. We refresh the room after every 3 to 4 people talk, just so that people who are new to the room know exactly what we're talking about. By refreshing, I mean introducing the room again, introducing the moderators, introducing what we're talking about, the questions that we had. And remember to pull down your screen to reload, because sometimes Clubhouse does take a while to recognize the new people that just joined. Before you get to the next person to talk, it's always good to reiterate your question or topic, just in case they just joined. I made this mistake before, but basically after someone talked, instead of saying, okay, next person, acknowledge that person who spoke, remember what they said, and kind of comment on what they talked about, just so that they feel that they are listened to. You want to acknowledge them, make them feel that they're heard. Make a few comments before you move on to the next person. On that note, it's also good to take notes as that person speaks, because you never know the next time you're hosting the same room, they might join again, just so that the next time they join your room, they will feel welcomed and they'll also feel remembered. When you call on the next person, make sure to check their first and last name in their Clubhouse bio. So in case there's two people in the same room that have the same name. And the best part is, if you can multitask, do check their Twitter account and Instagram account to know that what exactly they do, so then when you talk to them, you can ask more appropriate questions. Also, remember to remind people to turn off their mics once they get on stage, just so that people who are talking won't feel disrespected. Other people won't be able to hear those muffly noises. What Liv and I like to do when the time is almost up, we usually tell people 30 minutes before that, oh, we're gonna close the hand raise button, so if you do want to come on stage, it's your chance now, just so that people who want to come on stage still have the chance to get on stage. We also like adding a quote at the end of our room, just so that people will feel inspired before they leave our Clubhouse room. And that's kind of a tradition that Liv and I want to do and continue on for our future rooms. Then, after this whole scheduled room is complete and everyone is happy and gone, Liv and I actually open another private chat room just so that we can reflect on what just happened, what was discussed, and how to improve on in our future rooms as well. Okay, creatives, hope you learned a little thing or two about how to successfully moderate a Clubhouse room. Feel free to leave in the comments down below what your other thoughts and advice would be to moderate a room. Remember to hit the notification bell, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now!